Good morning, Will Rogers Mustangs. It's Mrs. Kozel, your principal here. Happy Friday. All right, today I have just one main thing I want to tell you about, and then the rest of what I need to tell you. It's all just shout outs, people doing really great things around the campus. So, we are really trying to make sure people are on time to class. So, we're going to really be looking at your tardies, and we're gonna hold you accountable even more than we have in the past. So you're gonna start seeing more what we call tardy sweeps, where the doors are locked and you can't get in. You have to go over to the library and get a pass, and we take down your name, and then consequence follow that. But what we're going to add to that is now an automated system. So when you are marked tardy, it's going to send an automatic count to the system, and your guardian at home will get a call every certain amount of tardies that you get. And that system will also automatically give you a consequence, and that might be a lunch detention, a full lunch detention, a community service, or even a 2-hour community service once you hit a certain amount of tardies. We're going to post all of that for you so you'll know, and your people at home will know how many tardies equal what consequence, and all of that, so you know ahead of time. But it's something you need to really make sure you're working on. I know there's some people who have the same class 2 periods in a row, so I get, sometimes you need to get a walk around in. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who are like just walking around, taking their sweet time, like, oh, I'll get there when I get there. And, walking this friend to class and chasing that friend. No, we're not doing that. We need to get there on time. And when I say on time, I mean inside your classroom when the bell rings. Not, oh, I'm running, the bell rang, and now I jump in. That's late. That is late. Okay? And some teachers you'll find will say late is if you're not sitting in your seat. So I'm telling you, if you're not inside that door, you are late. You will be marked tardy. Once you're in there, that depends on that teacher, whether they want you inside the room or in a seat. Well, we are marking you tardy if you're not inside the room for sure. All right. So that's it. I want to move on to our shout outs. And I have a lot of names here, and I want to try to do all of them correctly. So if I do not say your name correctly, just you can come up and politely tell me, hey, thanks for the shout out, but this is how you say my name, because I do want to learn how to say your name correctly, and I'll try it again next week. Okay, so Mr. Murphy, he would like to send shout outs to Lonnie Taylor Allen for coming to class every day with a positive attitude. Kenneth Parker for putting in maximum effort during English class every day. Mario Lopez for always having a positive attitude and adapting to the unexpected. Kai Vang for showing Mr. Murphy kindness every day and asking him about his family and how they're doing. That is very positive. Mrs. Snyder would like to recognize her whole first period. She said, this class is wonderful. They're quiet, they're kind, they're respectful, and they start her day off right. So nice job, first period, Mrs. Snyder's class. Mrs. Brizzy would like to recognize all of her English classes. They took the iReady testing seriously, and she even said that most of them grew several points from their last testing, their last diagnostic. So nice job, nice effort. We really like effort. All right. We had our dance last week. It was our first one. It was very successful and fun. There was so much work that went into that, just so you know. And so we'd like to send a shout out to the people who helped make that happen. So shout out to Mrs. Holtai and her student government crew for working really hard to get that dance up and running. Mrs. Freeman for stepping in when Mrs. Holtai had to be out for a while, and she stepped in and got all the things done that needed to get done and was running around and trying to make things really effortless for everyone else. Mr. Banks for working all day long. It was dark in the morning when he got here and dark when he left, because he was here for like 13 hours and making sure that you all were safe at the dance as a chaperone. Thank you to Mr. McPherson, Ms. McCarthy, Mr. Plum, Mr. Posner, Ms. Eli, Ms. Zur, Mr. Ellis. They all were here as chaperones that night, and they were, enjoying the dance along with you, but helping to keep you safe. Thank you to Mr. Purdy, Mr. Michael, Mr. Charlie, and Damien for kind of switching gears, and they just made sure that everything we needed for the dance was ready to go, and helped to clean, to prepare for the following Monday morning. So thank you so much for that. We'd also like to send shout outs to all of the guardians that came to help be chaperones and to work the snack bar, which was not an easy job. So we really appreciate that. So again, I'm going to, if I don't say the names correctly, let me know. Sarah Pugh, Desiree Lopez, Alexis Branch, Mauricio Rodriguez, Kristen Marshall, Eric Medell, Robin Langley, Crystal Waters, Sequoia Simi Geffner, and Olivia Marroquisia. All of you, we really appreciated you. You were here before the dance and after the dance. And some people, working with middle schoolers, I know you maybe you guys don't know this, maybe you all don't know. Working with middle school students sometimes can be tricky. And so when you don't do that every day like the staff around you does, it can be challenging. But we really appreciated all of those parents and guardians for being here and working with you all and making sure the dance was really fun and that you were fed and that you just had a great time. So thank you all for being here. We really appreciate you. We can't do what we do here without our community. So it's really great when the community can come in and help us. All right, that was a long one, but we had to thank all those people. So thank you all. Have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend.